Thank you, Dele. Good evening to everyone here. My very deep respects to all of you. And I thank all of us for joining this conversation. Dele, you've asked me a question that is difficult but necessary. My perspective is as follows. Leadership should ideally be decided by merit and by competition. The two are separate. You can have a competition, but it's not a competition of the meritorious. And so the leadership, quote unquote, that will come out of such a competition, which is supposedly democratic, may not be able to move the country forward. So that's why I spoke about the two. We should focus a lot now on a leadership search beyond just politics. And politics can only be a vehicle to get the right kind of transformational and visionary leadership that I think Nigeria needs going forward. Now, specifically on zoning or rotation, my personal belief, I've run for president before. When I ran in 2019, I did not run as an ethnic candidate on the basis of any rotational argument. I ran because I felt the country was not in a good place and I felt I had something to offer. And so I humbly offered myself to Nigerians. But I was rejected. And one of the reasons I was rejected was precisely because many people were telling me that we like you very much. We would love to vote for you, but it's still, quote unquote, the turn of the North. I was told this in the North. I was told this in the West. I was told this even in the Southeast, where I happen to come from. So people's mindsets, their frame of mind was that, yes, you're a very good candidate, but the reality of Nigeria's politics is that there is this informal rotation. And so in their view, it was better to let the northern part of the country still produce the leadership at that time, whether in terms of the incumbent president or in terms of the main challenger at that time. And I was told, and everybody believed, that 2023, quote unquote, would be the turn, quote unquote, of the Southeast. And many people told me, if you come out in 2023, I'll vote for you because that is the turn of your part of the country. I'm saying this to say that my personal belief is one thing. The reality on the ground in terms of how people think in Nigeria is another. And we all know why that reality exists. We know how President Obasanjo came to be president in 1999. We know that if it hadn't been for a conscious decision to stabilize the country with someone from the Southwest becoming the president, there was even someone from the Southeast who was elected the candidate of one of the major parties, but he stepped down in goodwill so that this consensus could go forward. So the two major candidates were from the Southwest. Now, so this is the reality. Now, when you frame a political tradition for a country, you must look at that country's peculiarities. I think Nigeria should aim for a situation in which merit reigns and that anybody, no matter where he or she comes from, can be president and should not be set back because of where he or she comes from. But if every part of the country has enjoyed, or most parts of the country, practically every part, has enjoyed a particular dispensation, such as we started in 1999, and a very significant part of the country has not yet had that opportunity. And that part of the country is a country that we know its peculiar situation in the history of Nigeria. And we are trying to build a nation. We are trying to stabilize our country. Should that rotational practice end when it's time for that particular group to be given an opportunity? I think that's the question that people have to look at and address very honestly. Thank you.